This is Channels Television. We interrupt our regular programs to cross over to Kaduna State in continuation of our live coverage of President Muhammadu Buhari two-day working visit to Kaduna State, where he's been inaugurating a series of projects embarked on by the Nasser El-Rufai administration. Please stay with us.
This is a live Channels Television event.
This is Channels Television. We're broadcasting live from Zaria in Kaduna State. President Buhari continues his two-day working visit to the state as he continues to inaugurate a series of projects embarked on by the Nasser El-Rufai administration. The governor and the government have been embarking on an urban renewal project that has been launched in three major cities of Kaduna State, including Zaria, Kaduna, and Kafanchan. Just before, a few moments ago, the president just inaugurated the Queen Elizabeth Road located in the GRA area. We understand he's proceeding to the next project site, which is going to be the Sabon Gari Market. And of course, the president is accompanied by the governor of the state, Nasser El-Rufai. He landed at the Nigerian College of Aviation Technology, Zaria, and was received by the Deputy Governor of the state, Dr. Hadiza Balarabe, and other top government officials. So we're going to be, just like yesterday, following through the president's itinerary today. He has built he's going to inaugurate a couple of projects today, just like yesterday. The first one has been done. That we're expecting the Sabon Gari, as I mentioned. Drive-through is what he's doing at the moment through the Queen Elizabeth Road. We understand he's also going to drive through the Hanwa Circular Road and the Kofa Gayan Road. He's also expected to pay homage to the Emir of Zazzau, His Highness Nuhu Bamali, at his palace. And afterwards, later this evening, the president will be hosted to a state banquet organized by the Kaduna state government. Later, we understand at about 7 p.m., just to unwind and have a great time together with the state government after a very, very busy two-day working visit to the state. We are going to take the liberty as well to intimate you with some of the projects already inaugurated by the president. Yesterday, the president kicked off this series of projects inauguration. He came into Kaduna State all the way from Banjul in the Gambia, where he had attended the inauguration of President Adama Barrow, who was elected for a second term in office. And then he now went on to inaugurate 3 projects in Kafanchan. That's the Emir Road, Katsina Road, Danhaya Road in Kafanchan. So we'll bring you all of these details, the things he's done and is about to do. So those that you can see, advanced team of the president, his motorcade already arriving at the next stop for project inauguration. So we're going to be flipping between live visuals and some of the documentary that we have about the projects that he will be inaugurating, and some is already inaugurated. So I want to thank you for joining Nigeria's news leader on this journey with the president across Kaduna State as he inaugurates projects in 3 cities of Zaria, Kaduna, and Kafanchan. Kafanchan and Kaduna were done yesterday. Today is Zaria's turn to have a feel of some of these projects being inaugurated. President Muhammadu Buhari is expected to alight from his vehicle any moment from now. You're watching live pictures from Zaria in Kaduna State. The president has been in Kaduna State since yesterday and has been embarking on projects inauguration across different parts of the state from Kaduna, Kafanchan, and right here. The president is to inaugurate the Sabon Gari Market right now. The ultra-modern market was built by Governor Nasser El-Rufai and his administration. It has a total of 2,762 shops, where we'll try to listen in and watch, get to hear the remarks both from the president and the governor of the state. We also understand that there are various components of this particular market. It includes the number of shops I mentioned, over 2,700 of them, an admin block, a parking lot, a food court, a relaxation spot, a religious center, livestock market, fruit market, conveniences, ATM gallery, and clinic, security post, fire service station, ultra-modern in every sense of the word. So President Buhari, any moment from now, is expected to cut the tape and unveil the plaque and then move on to other projects. We're covering him live in Zaria, Kaduna State, as he embarks on this project's inauguration under the El-Rufai administration. Let's listen in. Apologize, we can't seem to get the audio and get to hear the remarks by the governor. But since we've been following him yesterday, we can presume that he is intimating the president with the various details of this ultra-modern market. I did mention that about 2,762 shops are in this market. It also has an administrative block, a parking lot, so that the traffic will not be an issue and people that come around to buy or sell will not have a problem parking their vehicles or their cars. There's also a food court, a relaxation spot, a religious center, a livestock market, fruit market, conveniences, ATM gallery, clinic, security post, and fire service station. These are some of the details we have from this particular project President Buhari is about to inaugurate any moment from now. Is the ultra-modern Sabon Gari Market, a major market in Kaduna State. The governor handing over the mic to the traditional ruler, who I presume afterwards will hand over to the president, who will give his own remark and as well cut the tape. As soon as we get audio, clear audio, we will be able to let you in to hear the comments by the dignitaries who are here present, who are speaking. But let's remind you, it's been a two-day journey from yesterday in Kafanchan, where the president inaugurated the Emir Road, the Katsina Road, and the Danhaya Road, all in Kafanchan, then moved on to Kaduna Metropolis, where he inaugurated the Murtala Muhammad Square in Kaduna. Let's also mention that in Kafanchan, he paid homage to the Emir Jamal Muhammad Isa II at his palace before heading out to Murtala Muhammad Square to inaugurate what the governor refers to as the new city center. Remember, Kaduna is the center of learning. That's what is referred to, just like every other state has a nickname. And he says that's a new city center. It has restaurant. It has
arrange to come so that they can buy the item. The student will rent to us so that allows people to do. And the development of the market then provides really good arrangement of the cost. This is the pioneer of the first one of the school business model. I'd like to request using that.
When you have a busy day like President Muhammadu Buhari, you keep it short and simple. They call it KISS. That's exactly what the president just did at the inauguration of the Sabon Gari Market, the second for today. It started off with the inauguration of the Queen Elizabeth Road and then headed in here. I guess is driving through inside this particular ultra-modern market built by the Kaduna state government. We understand the construction of the market started or commenced in December 2019 by the Kaduna Market Development and Management Company as part of its program to promote equal opportunity and economic development in Kaduna communities. Now, among other goals is accommodating the old shop owners and other persons who are interested in owning shops in this particular market. Perceptions the governor has always talked about the fact that every challenge he sees, he tries to transform it into opportunity. So that's exactly what you're witnessing today. Major, massive infrastructure development across Kaduna State. So these are drone shots of the Sabon Gari modern market in Zaria. You can see the car park, the shops. I did mention as well, let me run through them again. Administrative block, parking lots, food court, relaxation spot, religious center, livestock market, fruit market, conveniences, ATM gallery. So it's also to promote the cashless effort of the government, clinic, security post, fire service station. We also understand that the president is heading out to the palace of the Emir Zazzau, Ambassador Nuhu family. As soon as we get live visuals, we will cross over to the Emir's palace. But for now, let's leave you with this beautiful drone shot of the just inaugurated Sabon Gari modern market. President Buhari's motorcade, his entourage heading to the Emir of Zazzau's palace. He just finished off at the, just inaugurated the Sabon Gari Modern Market, where we told you and gave you details of some of the things, the components of that particular market. Let's also inform you that before he went to Sabon Gari Market, he made a stop at the Queen Elizabeth Road, where he inaugurated that particular road. So, two projects down for today, and then heading to the Emir of Zazzau's palace, His Highness Ambassador Nuhu Bamili, to pay homage. So this is, let me also inform you as well that later this evening, we understand that he will be hosted to a state banquet by the Kaduna state government. So it's been a very busy 2 day for President Muhammadu Buhari, who is inaugurating a series of projects embarked on by the Nasser El-Rufai administration as part of his urban renewal initiative to give a facelift and a better outlook to the city, especially Zaria, Kaduna, and Kafanchan, where he kicked off the inauguration yesterday. I did mention that time and again we'll go to live visuals as well as roll through some of the projects that has been inaugurated or yet to be inaugurated by the president, to have a feel of exactly what has been done in Kaduna State. This is the president's next destination, the palace of the Emir of Zazzau, His Highness Ambassador Nuhu Bamili, where the president is expected any moment from now to come pay homage, which is what officials of government do when they go to a territory such as this. As he keeps on inaugurating this project, he stops by these traditional institutions to pay homage to the people who are custodian of the heritage of the citizens or the people in the area. So any moment from now, President Buhari is expected here. He's expected to also give 1 or 2 remarks about his coming to Zaria. It started off yesterday, and as soon as we get details of every other project he's going to be inaugurating, you get to see them. So for now, we'll leave you with this aerial shot of the palace of the Emir of Zazzau. Seeing live visuals in Zaria, people already waiting for the president's arrival to the Emir of Zazzau's palace. Any moment from now, those are live visuals. We'll get back to those visuals any moment from now. So the VIPs, the citizens and the indigents of the area are already standing by to welcome President Muhammadu Buhari, who has been in the state for the last 2 days, since yesterday down today. Now, if you will, I want to backtrack a little bit on the timeline of how we got here with the president's visit. I did mention that the president had departed Nigeria for Banjul in the Gambia, where he attended the inauguration of President Adama Barrow, who was elected for a second term in office. Afterwards, he headed into Kaduna State and then head out to Kafanchan, where he inaugurated some projects there, beginning with the Emir's Road, and then the Danhaya, as well as Katsina Road. Afterwards, he paid homage to the Emir of Jamal, His Highness Muhammadu Isa II. And the president made a few remarks at that palace as well, talking about his effort in tackling the issues of security and how the citizens will have to assess between when he came in and what is going on now. And to be fair to him, the governor also talked about the challenges bedeviling that area in Kafanchan, which is in southern Kaduna. And he talked about the efforts of the federal and state government to curtail the excesses of those challenges, or the people perpetrating those challenges. Afterward, the president left the palace of the Emir Jama and headed out to the Murtala Mohammed Square. I did talk about the fact that the governor said that that's a new city center because of the facilities there, from sporting facilities to other recreational facilities, down to restaurant and other ultra-modern things that have been installed at that particular facility. I also understand that's where the president will be hosted later today to a state banquet. When he left the Murtala Mohammed Square, he headed out to Kawo Flyover, where he inaugurated a Kawo Flyover. We understand it's a 7 billion naira infrastructure built by the Kaduna state government. But the president made some very chilling remarks at that particular spot. He talked about an attempt was made on his life, but he's grateful that he's still alive. He survived that incident, I think sometime in 2014 or so. The governor also mentioned the fact that himself and I'm talking about Governor Nasser El-Rufai, and the Minister of Finance, Zainab Ahmed, they grew up in that particular area. By the way, the governor was in company of Kebbi State Governor Abubakar Bagudu and the Finance Minister to host the president at Kawo Flyover. They left Kawo Flyover and headed straight to a health facility built by the state government, 136-bed space infectious disease hospital in Mando in Igabi local government area. Okay, let's get back. Look, these visuals you're seeing right now is from yesterday. This was the president's first port of call after he landed when he came to Kafanchan. This is the Emir Road, where he was inaugurating the Emir's Road. Around this area, you also have the Katsina Road, the Danhaya Road. I've been mentioning this so you can see clearly marked that it was from yesterday. These are not live visuals, but from yesterday, where the president inaugurated this Emir's Road. And from here, he left up to the Emir's Palace. So we're going to be rolling some of these visuals as well, just to let you know we've been following the president on his two-day journey. As time will allow us, intermittently we'll come back to it and go back to live visuals, as well as aerial shots of the project he's inaugurating today. You're watching live, you're watching Channels Television live from Zaria in Kaduna State. People already waiting for the president's arrival at the palace of the Emir Zazzau, where he will be paying homage to Ambassador Noor Bambale, the Emir Zazzau, any moment from now. So you see the seats already arranged, awaiting the president's arrival. Just before that, I was talking about some of the projects he's inaugurated. I think I left off at the Kawo flyover, which was it's a 7 billion naira project that was inaugurated yesterday in Kaduna State. The infectious disease hospital in Mando as well, and the Aliyu Makama Road. It's a 5.8 kilometer road that stretches from the station roundabout to the mobile police junction in the Sabon Tacha area of Chikun local government area. Afterwards, the president headed out to the Leventis underpass. Yes, this back again. We're back to yesterday's visual, just to make it as robust as possible. This was just, at this point, the president just finished inaugurating the Murtala Mohammed Square. This is the ultra-modern square, the very modern square that he inaugurated yesterday in Kaduna. As I mentioned, we understand this is where he will be hosted later today to a state banquet. It's a beautiful place, if we can see the visuals later. And we head back into the palace. Traditional rulers already seated here, dressed in their traditional attires, waiting for the president's arrival. As we said, we'll just be switching shots and giving you every angle of the president's two-day working visit to Kaduna State. The state is well too familiar with, if we must mention that. Let's also say that at the heart of all this infrastructure is to expand opportunity for the people of Kaduna State, drive economic development and community integration, because as you know, when roads are built, it opens up the area. So that's why the government is ensuring that as much as it can, every opportunity they have to expand this road, they are expanded. So 3 cities have been the focus of this urban renewal initiative of the Nasser El-Rufai administration. And they are Kaduna, Kafanchan, and Zaria, which is our focus for today. Now, the renewal began with the construction of new roads spanning over 87 kilometers within the Kaduna metropolis. All of these roads were selected based on what the government calls Max Lock Master Plan for Kaduna City. Now, 14 existing roads have already been utilized and upgraded. Among the new roads in the Kaduna capital include the Aliyu Makama Road in Banawa that was inaugurated yesterday, the Malali to College Road. There's also a new 9.65 kilometer road that connects Raba Road to Nnamdi Azikiwe Road by the Western Bypass with a link to Rigasa train station. Yes, there you have it. The Leventis underpass, one of the roads that were inaugurated yesterday. Everyone is still expecting the president to arrive here any moment from now. From where I am, I can see traditional rulers, religious leaders, other officials, as well as security personnel in the area to make sure that the place is ready for the president's arrival. Prior to this, I was running through what you call the idea behind this urban renewal drive by the El-Rufai administration. And I did mention some of the roads that has been undertaken either at the metropolis or in Kafanchan or here in Zaria. And There's another road that is a 5.73-kilometer road that connects the Maro Musa Yaradua Road in the Millennium City to the Eastern Bypass. So there's another road that is newly dualized. It's called the WAF Road from the Napa roundabout to Essence Junction. For those of you who are familiar with Kaduna, then the Yakubu go one way, and the an underpass at Leventis roundabout. The president inaugurated that yesterday. You know, the siren of the president, I'm sure, is very close by, but whilst we're expecting his arrival, let me continue to reel out some of these projects, including the roads that were upgraded in Alkali Road, Tafabalewa Road, Swimming Pool Road, Poli Road to Dutse Man Road via Kasuwan Bariki roundabout. We also have the Kinshasa Road, the Katuru Road, Shehu Laminu to Ramat Road in Ungwan Remi. All of this in Kaduna State. These are some of the projects under the Urban Renewal Initiative of Governor Nasser El-Rufai to upgrade the infrastructure of the state. I must also emphasize that it wasn't just roads, or it's not just roads that have been inaugurated. We did mention that the president inaugurated the 136-bed infectious disease center in Mando in a Gabi local government area. This is the effort of the government in containing the COVID-19 pandemic that has ravaged the area, so the world, I should say, since 2020. So let's leave you with the sight and sound of Zaria as we expect the president's arrival. Still expecting President Muhammadu Buhari's arrival to the Emir of Zazzau's palace, Ambassador No Bamali, who he will be paying homage to any moment from now. Aerial shots of view of the palace right here on Channels Television, the nation's news leader. We're covering the two-day working visit of President Muhammadu Buhari to Kaduna State. We'll continue to mention that he kicked off from Kafanchan and then headed out to Kaduna State, and now he is in Zaria. Two projects so far have been inaugurated by the president: the Queen Elizabeth Road and the ultra-modern Sabon Gari Market. Let me intimate you with the details of that market. Quite a thing to behold, if you ask me. It has about 2,762 shops, administrative block, a parking lot, a food court, a relaxation spot, a religious center, livestock market, fruit market, conveniences, ATM gallery, clinic, security post, fire service station. These are some of the components of the Sabon Gari Market. As we keep our eyes on the road, just as you can see from your living room or your offices, waiting for President Muhammadu Buhari's arrival. We understand that the project he inaugurated before heading in this direction to the Emir's Palace was it started off in December 2019 by the Kaduna Markets and Development Management Company as part of its program to promote equal opportunity and economic development in Kaduna communities. Now, I understand as well that among other goals is to accommodate old shop owners and persons who are interested in owning shops in this era of entrepreneurship. So a lot of people would like to own shops in these places, so the Kaduna State government decided to expand upgrade the outlook of that market and make it as ultra-modern as possible for any form of eventuality. They are ready with fire service and all of that. At the heart of all of this is to make sure that Kaduna, Zaria, Kafanchan, and possibly the entire state is a destination for many in Nigeria and outside the country. So you're watching our live coverage of President Buhari's two-day working visit to Kaduna State. As we get the feel of the palace of the Emir of Zazzau, let's also inform you on this particular live coverage of the president's two-day working visit to Kaduna State, specifically to Zaria. Today it started off in Kafanchan and Kaduna yesterday. The last time, one of the major visits by the president in the past was when he came to Zaria to inaugurate the second phase of the Zaria water supply and expansion project that we understand treats about 150 million liters of water daily and supplies to that environment. So we are trying to ensure that we can get, yes, that's where we are, inside the palace of the Emir of Zazzau. We'll keep going in and out as much as possible as we expect the president's arrival. Let's also let you know that Zaria is a metropolis city which at the present time lies within 4 local government areas in Kaduna State and a major city in the state. These local governments, we understand, include Zaria local government, Sabon Gari local government, Giwa local government, and Soba local government areas in Kaduna. It is the capital city of the Zazzau Emir Council. It is known for housing the largest university, or one of Nigeria's largest universities, the Ahmadu Bello University, right there in Zaria. So everyone will attend that university. We are in your city. So we'll keep following through with the president's visit and intimate you with his itinerary. Remember, After it's done with the Emir's paying homage to the Emir, wherever he goes next to inaugurate any project, Channels Television will be live. But remember as well, after this session, there's yet another one later this evening. I can see the president's motorcade arriving. So, yes, there we have it. The president is on his way to the Emir of Zazzau's palace to pay homage to the traditional ruler. We've been waiting for this moment. So let's take a listen and have a feel of the sight and sound. Live pictures from Zaria. President Buhari arrived at the Emir of Zazzau's palace. We expect that remarks will be made by both the governor of the state, Nasser El-Rufai, and President Muhammadu Buhari. This is the second palace on our records that we'll be visiting on this two-day visit, to working visit, we must add, to Kaduna State. Now, let me just reel you through some of the remarks so far by the president as much as we can remember. When he visited the Emir, this is the palace of the Emir of Zazzau, but I was talking about the Emir of Jamar. When he visited the Emir yesterday, the governor, while it was his turn to make remarks, talked about that the area was bedeviled with ethno-religious crisis, and he commended the government at all levels, state and federal, for what they've done so far in restoring peace. But he also admitted to the fact that issues of banditry is still present in the area, and they will continue to do their best to ensure that they get rid of the criminal elements in the area and in the state in southern Kaduna. When President Buhari was making his remarks at the Emir of Jamal's palace, he first started with stating that governance, anything that has to do with governance, the people should be and they are at the center of governance, and commended security operatives for restoring peace in parts of the country and restoring confidence in the authority of the state to allow people to express themselves freely. And he gave more like an highlights of his own administration in his effort to fight insurgency, especially in the northeast, comparing what was going on then before he took over office in 2015 to what is obtainable today, and asked Nigerians to make a fair assessment of his efforts so far. But one of the remarkable things he said in Kafanchan at the Emir Jamal's palace was the fact that he hopes to bequeath a better Nigeria to whoever becomes his successor. Those were the remarks at the Emir of Jamal's palace yesterday in Kafanchan. We're not sure what we will hear today, but of course, we expect him to make some remarks as soon as he comes to the Emir of Zazzau. But let me also talk about another remark the president made yesterday. That's at the Kawo flyover. It was a chilling remark because he remembered that on that particular road there was an attempt on his life. And he told the people present and everyone who cared to listen that he's grateful, he's alive, and he's thankful to the governor for the project he's embarking on. From his words or his mouth to our listening ears, he did mention that, I thank you for associating me with your success. That is talking to the governor of Kaduna State, Nasser El-Rufai. The governor also made his own remarks there on how he grew up in that area with the Minister of Finance, Zainab Ahmed. And for him, this is his village road or his village flyover. I'm just running you through some of the few remarks that were made by the president and the governor of Kaduna State. There were other remarks as well by the deputy governor of the state, Dr. Adiza Balarabe. That was at the Infectious Disease Center. And we had contractors who built some of this infrastructure for the government. I mean, who were contracted for this project also gave their own remarks. So as we continue to wait intermittently, we'll take you to an aerial view of this palace, come back into the palace as we await the president's arrival on his paying homage rather, to the Emir of Zazzau. I just saw a sneak peek of the president's convoy arriving here at the Emir of Zazzau's palace, where traditional rulers, religious leaders, state government officials, federal government officials, members of the National Assembly arriving. You can see some of them already coming in, taking their seats, taking position, waiting the official arrival of the president into this particular palace where the Emir will be expecting the president to pay his homage to the people, the custodian of the people's heritage, I should say. So the president is expected any moment from now. You can see colleagues, journalists, and everyone trying to take vantage spot as the place just got busy. Apparently, the president is here.
Mr. President.
President Muhammadu Buhari, finally, after we waited, has arrived the palace of the Emir of Zazzau, Ambassador Noor Bamali. Let's take a listen to the proceedings.
The national anthem, to have the Imam and Juma Zazzau to give us the opening prayer.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين اللهم اغفر لنا وارحمنا وآتنا وهدنا واسقنا الغير اللهم إنا نسألك من كل خير سألك من نبيك ورسولك محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم ونعوذ بك من كل شر استعاذك منه نبيك ورسولك محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم نسأل الجنة ونجعل النار اللهم أصلح أئمتنا وولاة أمرنا بالحق اللهم أصلح أئمتنا وولاة أمرنا بالحق اللهم ارجعنا ضيوفنا الكرام سالمين بين العالمين اللهم ارجع ضيوفنا الكرام سالمين بين العالمين اللهم ارجعنا سالمين بين العالمين اللهم آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة وقنا عذاب النار سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون والسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين.
Now, I'd like to announce that I have Excellency the President, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, to our palace. The Governor of Kaduna State, the Governor of Kebbi State, other members of the National Assembly here are present, honorable ministers here are present, here to welcome the August visitor, have the councillors of the Zazzau Emirate, the district heads, business community, the Malams, both the Christians and Muslims, led by His Highness the Emir of Zazzau. We would like to proceed with the program as put here. The next item is that the Emir will now give his command. Welcome in the command.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Your Excellency, the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, the President Muhammad Buhari, GCFR, Your Excellency, the Governor of Kaduna State, Malan Nasir Ahmed El-Rufai, Your Excellency, the Deputy Governor of Kaduna State, members of the National Assembly, the Senate, the Executive Council of Kaduna State, members of the Emirate Council, clerics, other dignitaries here, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh. Your Excellency, permit me to welcome you to Zaria, your home, this morning. Indeed, we are grateful to Almighty Allah for making it possible for you to come in radiant health. Coming to Kaduna State at this critical period of our history will surely be appreciated by the people of this state. Let me seize this opportunity to thank Your Excellency for having the chance to visit the Emirate again as our President. For me personally, this is a wonderful opportunity to host Mr. President in just a year after ascension to the throne of my ancestors. Your Excellency, during your visit some years back, my predecessor of blessed memory, the Emir of Zazzau, Alhaji Shehu Idris, made requests in the areas of healthcare and water supply. I'm proud to say, and also to stand before you here today, to say that there was a huge intervention in Ahmadu Bello University Teaching Hospital. I'd like to also recognize the efforts of our amiable Minister of Finance, who has spearheaded this. Your Excellency, we're happy And I can assure you the entire people of Zaria and the neighboring states are very happy with the intervention there, because we no longer have to travel to Sokoto, to Kano and Abuja before we can be screened by the MRI machine. So I'm indeed very grateful for that faithfulness. Today, people don't have to. I also seize this opportunity to appreciate the efforts of the governor of Kaduna State, Nasir Ahmed El-Rufai, for the urban renewal project under his administration. I'm sure Your Excellency has seen as well as commissioned some of the projects executed through this initiative in Kapanchan, in Kaduna, and today in Zaria. Your Excellency, I'm also particularly proud because right behind this building here, the Emirate is about to benefit from this initiative. This Emirate has been in existence for over 500-600 years, but for the first time ever in our history, we are going to have a legacy project which you can proudly claim, it is done under your administration. The state government has now taken steps, to change the pattern of our accommodation, which has dilapidated over the years. So I'm indeed very grateful for this gigantic project that is about to take place in the palace here. So we're very grateful, Your Excellency. And lastly, let me also say thank you to you and also the administration for the road network, across the state. The governor has done very well in this context. Zaria, for the first time, we have very, very good road network, which I believe you must have passed through those roads before coming here. So we are grateful and more grace to our elbows. And lastly, we are aware of the efforts of the government on security, which is the major concern of our people here. Almost every morning we wake up with one story or the other. But we're happy, with the intervention made, so far, and we're still appealing, to Your Excellency to look inwards again and also support the efforts of the state government towards this menace. And we hope that the intervention of the federal government will be very strategic and timely, so that at least we can have a lasting solution to this criminality going on in our country. So with this, I'd like to say thank you, for finding time to come to Zaria, and thank you for finding time to come to your state, Kaduna State, and thank you for coming to Zaria in the first year of my reign here. Thank you, Excellency.
The next item is to invite His Excellency, the Governor of Kaduna State, to give his remarks.
Your Excellency, President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federation, President Muhammad Buhari, our leader and mentor. Your Excellency, the Deputy Governor of Kaduna State, Dr. Hadiza Sabo Balarabe, Distinguished Senator Suleiman Abdukwari, representing the Senatorial District, members of the National Assembly here present, our two honorable ministers representing Kaduna, Dr. Abubakar Mahmood of Agriculture and Hajia Zainab Shamsuna Ahmed of Finance, honorable members of the Kaduna State House of Assembly, Kaduna State Executive Council, Your Royal Highness, the Emir of Zazzau, council members, district heads, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. President, it is for me a unique pleasure for you to be here in Zaria, our ancestral home, and in this palace, which our great-grandfathers built and lived after the jihad. We are honored to have you in Zaria, Mr. President. As you can see when we went round, the people of Zazzau Emirate love you very much. The 11 local governments under Zazzau Emirate have been consistent in voting for you since you first contested elections in 2003. And in the last election, Mr. President, Zaria local government gave you 115,000 votes, the highest of any local government in the country. They did so largely in appreciation of what you stand for, which is what Zazzau Emirate stands for: honesty, integrity, and commitment to public service. But they also appreciated you when you came to commission the Zaria water project. You'd recall then, Mr. President, the late Emir Shehu Idris of blessed memory said that for 34 years, people that were living in Zaria city have never seen water come out of their taps until you came and commissioned that project. In appreciation of that, the people of Zaria local government in particular gave you the highest number of votes. And we appreciate you, Mr. President, for recognizing that by giving Kaduna State and two sons of Zazzau Emirate two important federal ministries. I want to use this opportunity, Mr. President, to appreciate our ministers and the support they have been giving to us. When late Shehu Idris, Emir of Zazzau, drew our attention to the problems in Ahmadu Bello University Teaching Hospital, we visited. He sent me an album showing the state of dilapidation of the hospital. And I visited, conferred with the chief medical director, and I reported to you, and you asked me to write for an emergency intervention, which you approved, and our sister, the Minister of Finance, monitored and ensured implementation. And today, the ABO Teaching Hospital is a much improved and a pride to all of us, and we're very grateful to you. Our Minister of Environment, first, has contributed in no small measure in providing us with resources to plant trees and improve our environment. And now that he's in agriculture, we expect more of his contribution in advancing the goals of our agriculture. Our state is an agricultural state, Mr. President. This emirate is an emirate of farmers. And we know your passion for agriculture, and we know that is why you posted a son of this emirate to that ministry. And we look forward to working with him so that we do more and more and more as he worked with us when he was in the Ministry of Environment. Mr. President, our members of the National Assembly have been wonderful. They have stood for the progress of this state. They have stood for the protection of what you stand for. Senator Suleiman Abdul Kwari and all our members of the House of Reps, including Ian Zazzau, who has been elected, I think, 3 times now, and Honorable Detti Babao, who is on his 3rd or 4th term, are all major supporters of what you stand for. So we're very proud of them, and we're very proud of you, sir. And as you can see from the people that came out on their own, closed their shops because President Buhari is visiting, you know that the people of this emirate love you very, very much. Because who you are, what you are, is exactly the values of the people of Zazzau Emirate. we may be blamed for some other faults, like marrying many wives. But one thing that any true Bazazaki never does, sir, is embezzle public funds. So in that respect, we are with you. We are Buharists all through. And we thank you for coming to commission some of our projects. I want to inform His Royal Highness and the Emirate Council that we are only able to do these projects because Mr. President supported our government very strongly. We are only able to do these projects because the Minister of Finance supported us very strongly. We are only able to do these projects, Your Royal Highness, because the people of Zazzau Emirate have been very cooperative in collaborating with the state government to give up their houses for compensation so that there will be development in this emirate. We are very grateful, Your Highness, to all your council members and district heads for collaborating with us to make this state progress. Our traditional leaders have been at the forefront of collaborating with the state government in the areas of primary health care and security, Mr. President. We've not had polio in this state for as long as I remember. They are very active in getting people immunized. They are very active in helping us lock down mosques and churches when the COVID pandemic broke out. I want to use this opportunity to thank all the district heads, village heads, as well as senior council members for the unprecedented cooperation and support we have received from this Emirate Council. On this note, I again welcome Mr. President back to Zaria, and I hope that in a few months before you leave office, Mr. President, you will come for a farewell tour and commission even more projects so that the people of Zazzau Emirate will appreciate you even more for all that you're doing. We wish you a safe journey back to Abuja, and we're very, very grateful you have taken time to come here. Thank you, Mr. President.
Your Excellency, Mr. President, by protocol, I will not be able to invite you to deliver remarks. May I request and invite His Excellency, the Governor of Kaduna State, to invite Mr. President to give his remarks.
Your Excellency, on behalf of the government and people of Kaduna State, it is my honor and privilege to invite you, our President, our leader, our mentor, and our guide to present your remarks. Thank you, Mr. President.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Your Excellency, the Governor, the Deputy Governor, Honorable Ministers, members of the National Assembly, Your Highness, and His Council, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I think His Excellency the Governor and His Highness the Emir have said it all. All I can say is that I am pleased with what I have seen, within the resources available and time, how the Governor has really delivered the trust given to him by the people of Kaduna State. I have been very impressed by what I have seen, but to describe it in what we culturally know in Hausa as Ganiya Kuriji. I have seen it, and how people voluntarily turned up to have a glance of me in spite of the tinted vehicle and the security put around me. Thank you very much.
At this moment, Your Excellency, May I invite Bishop Lando Ibuba to give us the closing prayer.
Let us pray. Almighty and ever-living God, we thank you very much for your loving kindness. We thank you for our president of our nation. We thank you for how you have used him and how you are using him for the progress and development of Nigeria. Bless him and the leadership of Nigeria. Thank you again for our governor. You have used him to bring development, progresses in our state. Our Father and our God, continue to endow him with strength, with wisdom, Lord, to lead us. Thank you for our Emir. We ask you to continue to give him good health, long life. We ask again from you, on behalf of our nation, please help us from above. Continue to give us peace, that this country will continue to move and develop to our own advantage. Hear our prayer, O God. We give you thanks and praise and all honor forever and ever. Amen.
Your Excellency, the next item is the national anthem. But I'd like to state that there will be a token of appreciation from His Highness and the people of Zazzau. Here, we will now take the stand up for the national anthem. Now we go out.
Played by C.S. Hart.
Only Entourage.
To, hakimai sai a zauna kamar yadda sarki ya ce da malamai da fastoci zai dawo.
Live visuals there from the Emir of Zazzau's palace, Ambassador Noor Bamali. President Buhari just paid homage to the traditional ruler in his palace. Security officials and others mounting guard to see that the president safely returns to his vehicle and heads back to his destination. But just a quick remark, the Emir of Zazzau did commend the president for coming to visit him barely a year after he ascended the throne as Emir of Zazzau Emirate. And he also appreciated President Buhari for the efforts in the health sector, especially what he did at the Ahmadu Bello University Teaching Hospital. The Emir also commended Governor Nasser El-Rufai for the project he's been executing across the state and in Zaria as well. Do remember that the urban renewal initiative of the governor, which has seen the president visit for 2 days, cuts across Kafanchan, Kaduna, and here in Zaria. But the Emir made a request asking President Buhari to do what he can to ensure that the area is safer in terms of security concerns that we're all well familiar with around the country. And the governor of the state, Nasser El-Rufai, appreciated the president for coming through. And he mentioned the fact that's President Buhari leaving the Emir's palace at the moment, as the president is officially leaving the Emir's palace and heading to another destination. The governor did mention that they thanked the president for appointing 2 of their people as ministers in agriculture and finance, and told the president how they contributed to his election and so many other things he mentioned. The president thanked them and the governor for the job well done. That leaves the area. This is Channels Television. You've been watching our live coverage of President Muhammadu Buhari's 2-day working visit to Kaduna State, where he's been inaugurating several infrastructure projects executed by the Nasser El-Rufai administration. Just a moment ago, he paid homage to the Emir of Zazzau and he's left the palace. The president is expected to be hosted later today in Kaduna to his state banquet. But we now return to Lagos to continue with our regular broadcast. Stay with us.
This is a live Channels Television event.